Yo, guys, today we are going to be spending $10,000 on the most expensive magic tricks. And let's just dive right. What on earth is going on?
What? Nothing. I
told you, you can't use this room, okay? This is mine.
Yeah, but you didn't really mean it. I mean, you're not gonna stop me from making videos.
No, of course not. I mean, so long as you're not filming tutorials for other people's tricks or doing dodgy giveaways that don't actually exist. I mean, if you're not doing that, I'm fine with you filming. I can even give your channel a shout out on mine. Hey, help you out a little bit.
Nah, mate, don't worry. I am well past revealing other people's magic tricks. You see, I read in this book that the secret to success on YouTube is puzzles. Well, I tried puzzles, alright, but it turns out you actually need to be clever for that. So, I've learnt the real secret, and it's all about that sweet, sweet dollar. Money. Yep, spending loads of money all at once on random things. I want to be the Mr. Monster of YouTube. I'm telling you.
You mean Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, so I'm filming a video, spending $10,000 on magic tricks.
Okay, I see that. That's a good title, by the way. That'll certainly get the views, but where are you getting $10,000 from, just out of interest?
Oh, can I borrow, maybe?
Ha! No, I'll leave you to it. Good luck.
No worries, forget about it. I'll be okay.
Has he gone?
Okay, I think he's gone. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome to this video, and today I have a confession to make. I need to confess my sins, because I've spent too much money on magic tricks over the years, and I'm sure you have too. And today we're going to be talking about the magic industry, because I have an idea. I have an idea for the industry, and I want to pitch that idea to you guys in this video, because I can't make this idea happen. I don't have the platform or the capabilities of making this idea come to fruition. That's a good word, fruition. I should use that word more often. And so I'm going to be pitching it to you guys to let you know and see what you guys think. And maybe one of you might be able to help me on this idea. We can collaborate our skills and we can make this idea happen. So more on that later. First of all, we're going to be talking about the magic industry, and is magic too expensive, and why so much of the magic we buy just ends up at the back of the cupboard and we never really perform with it. And I guess more importantly, what's wrong with the magic industry of products that means that so many of them are so bad, and I'm putting that as bluntly as possible. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but there are a lot of bad magic products out there. It's sort of common knowledge. It's almost like a joke that a lot of magic products aren't very good. And so why is that? Why are we just accepting that? Caleb Morelli, a magician I've spoken about before here on the channel, recently put something on his Instagram story advertising the fact that he was selling a magic product for $15,000. Genuinely, one product, one trick called the Liquid Pencil Project for $15,000. And obviously, I understand why he's doing that. I'm not here to slate him for that, because I totally get it. He's trying to prove a point, isn't he? He's not expecting anyone to actually spend $15,000 on a simple trick that, you know, a few weeks ago basically was, I think, $15. So he ramped it up in price massively to prove a point, I think, to prove a point that the correlation between price and value is mixed up. And I think that's his own words. And in the magic community especially, there is a huge issue with price and value not being correlated. He said, just so we're clear, when I sell something for $15, there is no correlation to price and value. I only release cutting edge concepts and unfiltered valuable knowledge in my area of expertise. The correlation of price and value is severely confused, almost to the point of brainwashing in the magic industry. And I think that's interesting, because in a way it is. And he goes on to say about value and about price of products and so on, that there's a structure that magic companies use to sell products, and it is that $35 is good, $60 is great, and $100 is, wow, I'm lucky they released this. This is a program the top 3 to 4 magic sites created, and most don't even know they're being fed the program. This lets companies sell subpar magic ideas consistently without people questioning it. And reading that, really brought it to my attention that yeah, there's a lot of rubbish in the magic industry, and I'm not pointing out any specific products when I say this. I'm certainly not using the ones I just looked at as an example. But there is a lot of weirdly bad products in the magic industry, and we've all fallen for that. We all have those products, like I said, at the back of the cupboard, at the back of our magic drawers, that we don't use, and yet we've spent $30 on. You know, I can think of a particular product, which I won't name, but I remember saving up for this when I was younger and I was just first getting into magic. I discovered the magic industry for the first time. It was all new and exciting to me. And I spent £30, I think, which was quite a lot. I saved up and I bought this effect, and it was rubbish. And that's so disappointing that, like, you know, my hard-earned money had gone to waste. We've all had examples of this. I'm not saying it's a rare case. You know, there's been a few magic products I can think of that have been rubbish. Why is it that the magic industry has this issue? And I think I understand. I think it's because of the deceptiveness within the community. So, obviously, magic is inherently deceptive, it's all about lying, that's the whole point of it. And yet when it comes to the marketing side of that, when it comes to marketing new effects and new tricks and products within the community, that deceptiveness carries over. And I don't think it should. Magic can be really, really expensive, like I said before. And when we look at these expensive products, magic companies have to understand that we as the customers are spending our hard-earned money on something that we don't really know what it is. Because of the deception flowing over into the product industry of the magic community, it's impossible to know always what you're buying. And so, I have an idea. I think there's an issue in the industry where people don't know what they're buying, and here is my solution to it. I have an idea, and it is a standardized reviewing platform that shows customers who want to buy magic products exactly what they're getting. And in order for companies, in order for people to release magic products, they need to follow a certain guideline. They need to follow something that we all agree on, that is fair, that keeps the secret of the product. I'm not saying that magicians need to give away the secret, you know, obviously that's what we're buying. So without giving away the method, they need to answer a few questions so that customers understand what they're spending their money on. And what I think this will avoid is us buying products and then just tossing them to the back of the cupboard because they weren't what we expected. That is the main issue, that it's not always what we expect when we buy it. And so here are the guidelines I think magic products should follow in order to avoid all of these dishonest trailers and product descriptions that don't line up with what the product is. Because in a way I think it's almost, but just before I get onto the list of guidelines, I think it's almost because magicians are so used to deceiving in performance, when it comes to marketing, they think that it's okay to do that. They think that it's part of the trick, in a way, part of the illusion, to lie to the audience, and in this case the audience are the customers, to lie to the audience about what they're buying, and that's completely incorrect. The deception, the line of deception, should entirely be on the side of the performance and not the marketing for the trick. You know, leave all the lying to the performing and not the selling of products. That's, to me, that's the number one bugbear I have, you know, in all of magic, I think. The first guideline is whether the trick can be done in person or just on camera. That's the first guideline. And I think that's such an important distinction because they are two completely different spheres, two completely different styles of performing magic. So if you're selling a magic product, by all means, have it just work on camera. I think that's fine. I think this is a whole different art form in itself, doing magic on video. I think that's brilliant. But don't pretend that you can do it in person by showing loads of reactions in the trailer of people going crazy because the trick works in person, oh my god, you know, all that sort of stuff. You see that a lot in magic trailers, where the trick, when you buy it, definitely doesn't work in person, but the trailer is showing this guy performing the trick to these people and they love it. So that is the first distinction that needs to be made really, really clear. And the second guideline, oh my god, this is so important, in a way this should be number one, a full uncut performance with the real situation that the performance would be in. So if it's on camera, then do a full uncut performance on camera. If it's in person, then do a full uncut performance with real spectators there. And you need real reactions as well. I can't stand these fake reactions. There's a particular magic company I have in my sans mind, and what happens in these trailers is the reactions are crazy, people are freaking out, and It's clearly just fake. They're clearly just fake actors. I've said in the past I'm okay with people using camera tricks and actors in magic because it's no more deceptive than a double lift. I say that all the time. I think it's a great use of a method. Use actors, use camera tricks, use whatever you want. But not in marketing. If your trick doesn't rely on a camera trick, then don't use editing in the trailer. If your trick doesn't require actors, then don't use actors in your trailer. There is so much dishonesty in the marketing world of the magic industry. It's incredible, and so that is all I ask. A full uncut performance. I think that's the second guideline. The third guideline, taking a slight step into method here, is whether it uses gimmicks or not. Just a simple yes or no. I don't need to know what the gimmick is. Again, that's why people buy the product, to find that stuff out. So just, does it need gimmicks or not? And does it come with everything you need in order to perform it? A really important question, because if it does require a gimmick, do you get the gimmick? Do you get the stuff that you need to make it? What exactly do you need to make it? If it needs elastic thread, does it come with that? So just a simple yes or no, does it come with everything it needs? But if it doesn't, then you need to specify what people need to buy in order to do this. Because I think it's such a shame when magic products don't come with everything you need to perform, because surely that's the point of the product. It's like buying a Lego set and then going, oh yeah, but we didn't include this piece. You need to provide that piece on your own because, you know, everyone has it. It's just assuming that everyone has it. Yeah, really, really stupid. So that is a really important question. And finally, on the gimmick side of things, is construction needed? Is the gimmick pre-built, or is it needed to be made up? Again, just a simple question, but something that definitely needs to be answered in the ad material, in the trailer, all that sort of stuff. Okay, moving on to now the performance side of things. The next guideline is, what are the angles like? Can this be performed surrounded? Can it only work from one particular angle on camera? And in a way, I'd like to know an exact number of degrees. I know that sounds silly, but some tricks it's literally a 90, some it's a 45, some it's a 180, some it's a 360, and we need to know that. That needs to be in the ad material. Next guideline is sleight of hand difficulty. I don't need to know what the sleight of hand is, because again, if it's a trick that requires sleight of hand, then you don't want to give it away. That's what people are buying the product for. I think it would be really, really helpful for the whole magic community to understand for every magic product how much sleight of hand difficulty, misdirection difficulty, or general performance difficulty. I think it all comes under the same bracket. How difficult is it to perform this trick? And that should be done sort of by a board of people, I think. You can't just trust one person's judgment. So yeah, a rating out of 10 or a rating out of 100 to be really, really precise on how difficult it is to perform. That would just help everyone. And again, I don't think these guidelines are taking anything away from the product. I've made them very, very carefully, these guidelines, so as to not give away the method of any magic products, because obviously that's what we're buying, and also to make sure that the customer understands what they're buying and that they're using their money correctly. And most importantly, these guidelines, the absolute thing they should do is kill dishonest marketing. Just get rid of it. We do not need any more dishonest marketing in the magic community, and hopefully in 2021 that will change. But this year especially, 2020, I've not bought many magic products just because I feel like I've been hurt one too many times by the magic community. So yeah, that's just literally why I've not been buying any products except from people I absolutely trust. The final guideline, and I think this is important for me, I've added it on in the end sort of in brackets, is the length of instructions. I don't think this always matters. I don't think the length of instructions always matters, because you can get some really, really good 10 or 15 minute instructions that are so solidly packed, and the information in there, the secret doesn't take long to explain, but it's a really good one. So I don't think it matters necessarily, because you can explain a really good trick in 10 minutes. But I think it's important to know, even so. Those are my suggestions. And if there's anything you think I've missed, again, I'm open to collaboration here. If you are the sort of person that thinks you have the platform or the reach in order to make this, standardized platform, hopefully we can sort of make efforts towards that. But yeah, by no means do I want to stop anyone from releasing a product or anything like that. I think it's great. The more products out there, the better, the more choice. People sort of say, oh, the industry's overcrowded and all that. It's not at all. I think the industry is expanding. I think that's great. But we just need to make sure we know what we're spending our money on, because while it's okay for magicians to lie in performance, I don't think it's ever okay for anyone to lie in marketing. and that is my belief. So that is my idea. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the thumbs up button down below, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and join this little growing community we've got going on here. And if you have any thoughts, if you have any suggestions or additions to what I've said today, then make sure to leave them in the comments down below. And pretty sure that's everything. Yeah, oh, I have got a very exciting giveaway coming soon actually, so stay tuned for that, a little Christmas treat for one of you guys, or maybe a couple of you. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I think you're gonna have to be gentle. We're gonna have to go upstairs.